Here's your wrestling news for May 11th, 2021. And your headlines for today include: did WWE accidentally reveal Backlash Triple Threat winner on last night's main event of Raw? Who is Alexa Bliss targeting next? Was Humberto Carrillo injured during WWE Raw? Major update on his condition revealed. Date for WWE SummerSlam 2021 revealed. Unexpected name spotted backstage at WWE Raw. WWE edits Daniel Bryan reference out of new video, declined WWE offer. Jeff Hardy's future in WWE, and more. We are kicking off today with Raw, which closed with a WrestleMania rematch between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. The build to this non-title match was slightly underwhelming, as was the match itself, and couldn't compete with the build to WrestleMania 37 and their match last month. Just as Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore kick out of nowhere last night, Braun Strowman showed up and caused a DQ, seemingly accepting MVP's proposition made earlier in the night to Braun, encouraging him to take out McIntyre to ensure this Sunday's WWE title match will be a singles bout. While Braun Strowman momentarily teased an alliance with Bobby Lashley, that was wiped away instantly, and he hit a powerbomb on the WWE Champion to stand tall on the Raw before the pay-per-view. Braun Strowman ripped off his shirt, roared, and stood tall as Raw went off the air, looking like a total badass. Last week it was McIntyre who stood tall, and it was Strowman's turn this time around. But based on WWE's previous booking pattern, are we to believe that this dominant performance means Strowman won't be leaving WrestleMania Backlash as WWE Champion? McIntyre already lost at WrestleMania, so it's unlikely he'll take another fall at Backlash, which means it'll be Lashley or Strowman who take the fall. With his reign just over 2 months old, WWE might not strip Lashley of the title so soon, so the chances are it'll be Strowman eating the pin this Sunday. This week's Raw opened with a 6-woman tag pitting Asuka, Dana Brooke, and Mandy Rose against Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler, in a match the Faces won. Even before the match, WWE had some fun with the superstars, as during Charlotte Flair's entrance graphic, the company highlighted her recent suspension for attacking an official. This suspension was short-lived, but WWE doesn't want fans to forget it happened just yet. It wasn't the outcome of the 6-woman tag match that held any importance, as shortly before the end, Alexa Bliss's music played and she appeared on the ramp alongside Lily. Bliss apologized on her own behalf, but not on Lily's, and last week made it clear that the creepy doll has her eyes set on someone. While Lily was spotted in the background of Raw last week in segments featuring Sonya Deville and Angel Garza, this week's show tells a bigger story, as there's apparently more than one person that Lily has her eyes on. Post-match, it seems Charlotte Flair is the most obvious answer, but given she's occupied in the Raw Women's title picture, it's more realistic that Lily could go after Mandy Rose or Dana Brooke, and we're interested to see where this story is heading. This week's Raw also saw United States Champion Sheamus face Humberto Carrillo in a match that ended with a bad bump at ringside. The match abruptly ended when Carrillo delivered a sunset flip powerbomb from the ring apron, and Sheamus landed hard on Carrillo's knee, causing the high flyer to signal to the ref, who ended the match. According to Fightful Select, that finish wasn't planned, and Carrillo's status is unclear after possibly suffering a knee injury. All of Sheamus's weight seemed to go down on Carrillo at ringside when the injury happened, and it's been described as a freak accident. In an update, we've been told that Carrillo is okay after the match. For what it's worth, Sheamus did have his arm raised after the match, but this wasn't the win that Sheamus, or anyone in WWE, wanted to see. SummerSlam news next, as we now know when the biggest party of the summer will be taking place. PW Insider reports that this year's show will be on August 22nd, but it's not confirmed where SummerSlam will happen. It's expected that SummerSlam will take place in front of live fans, and there's reports that WWE want the show to be the start of their post-Thunderdome era, and we'll keep viewers updated as more details come out. Before SummerSlam takes place though, NXT will have their next TakeOver event, which will happen on Sunday, June 13th, according to Fightful. Not only do we know the name, but it's reported that the show will be another in-your-house event, following on from last year's show. It's possible that In Your House could be a new yearly event on the NXT calendar, and time will tell if that's the case next year and what matches are planned for NXT TakeOver In Your House 2021. Speaking of NXT, Velveteen Dream hasn't been seen in months, and it appears he could be one step closer to making his main roster debut. That's according to Meltzer, who reports that Velveteen Dream was backstage in the Thunderdome during Raw, but didn't note why he was there. Whenever Dream does appear on TV, fans call for WWE to fire him following accusations of wrongdoing that WWE have said were disproven in a very lax investigation of theirs. Dream's last match was in December 2020 and his last victory back in September, but being backstage at Raw is a sign that the former North American champion may be heading to the Red brand soon enough. More from Raw, and after competing at WrestleMania 37 in tag team action, The Miz and Damian Priest will face off once again this Sunday. It's been confirmed that at WrestleMania Backlash, the two will face off in a lumberjack match, a stipulation Priest got to make after defeating John Morrison on Raw. Now Miz will have nowhere to hide, and it's been teased that this Sunday's match will mark the end of the feud between The Miz and Damian Priest, which has been going on ever since the Archer of Infamy's main roster debut. Now earlier this month, Daniel Bryan's WWE contract expired, and though many fans expect him to re-sign with the company, he's currently a free agent. Not only is Bryan gone from TV, but he's also no longer part of SmackDown's creative team, a role he has reportedly excelled in over the past year. When Ringside News asked about Bryan possibly returning for a backstage role, they were told that there's a spot behind the scenes open for him if he wants it. Bryan, however, isn't interested in a full-time job backstage in WWE, as even his role as a SmackDown writer was a part-time venture. Not only is he a free agent, but Bryan does not have a non-compete clause, meaning he could appear in another promotion at any time. And if the Yes Movement leader does return to WWE, it won't be for a full-time role behind the curtain. Whether Bryan returns to WWE remains to be seen, but for now, the company is distancing themselves from the former World Heavyweight Champion. Recently, it was reported that WWE doesn't have a rule in place against superstars mentioning Bryan by name, but that seems to have changed, judging by the latest edition of After the Bell. Speaking to Corey Graves, NXT UK champion Walter discussed how he would like to one day wrestle Cesaro, adding, "When I first got into watching other companies than WWE, I was watching a lot of Ring of Honor. Those guys are the top guys in WWE right now, so Daniel Bryan would be one of the matches I really wanted to do." When WWE shared this clip from the interview, though, they cut out the reference to Bryan. Though it's expected Bryan will re-sign, anything can happen in wrestling, and for now, WWE is hedging their bets and removing him from their videos. Although WWE has lost Bryan, they won't be losing Jeff Hardy, despite what some fans may believe. On Raw, Hardy suffered yet another loss, this time to the returning Jinder Mahal, and after this loss and similar losses on Main Event, fans have speculated on what his contract situation is with the company. This speculation was only fueled by Matt Hardy, as the AEW star posted a gif of himself and Jeff following the latter's WWE title win in 2008, teasing a reunion between the two, and sent out a follow-up tweet asking fans if they'd like to see the Hardy Boys reunite for the end of their careers. That reunion won't be happening yet, as PW Insider reports that Hardy still has a long time left on his current deal and specified that he has about 2 to 3 years to go. Though WWE tends to have superstars lose on their way out of the company, that isn't the case for Jeff Hardy now, though if he's not leaving, that does leave us questioning why the charismatic enigma keeps notching up loss after loss. Hardy's most recent loss came at the hands of Jinder Mahal, who returned to Raw after nearly a year away. It's been a rough couple of years for the former WWE champion, as injuries have kept him off TV, and last year, Mahal claimed his journey back to the top of the WWE would be a hero's journey, not a villain's. It seems things have changed though, as during his return, Mahal looked renewed with the imposing Veer and Shanky by his side, a much more legitimate threat than the Bollywood Boys. The decision to beat Jeff Hardy clean on Raw was a good one, as it reestablishes some of the old dominance that Jinder Mahal had, and with his posse with him, it's clear Mahal is back as a heel. Whilst Mahal's impressive run came at the expense of the ever-beloved Jeff Hardy, it appears that the modern-day Maharaja will be the next superstar to be pushed, and we're excited to see just how high Mahal can go, barring any injury. Last year, Sonya Deville dodged a very scary situation when she escaped an attempted kidnapping, and now there's been a major update on the case. At the time, Philip A. Thomas was arrested and is currently awaiting trial, and yesterday, Thomas had a competency hearing to determine whether he was mentally aware to stand trial. Wrestling Inc. didn't report the court's decision on this matter, but we do know that DeVille's next date for her protection order is October 7th. At the time of the attempted kidnapping, DeVille was at home with Mandy Rose in the midst of their on-screen feud, which was meant to be culminated in a hair versus hair match. But WWE changed those plans when DeVille's legal team said it wouldn't be good if she showed up to court bald. Instead, losing a loser leaves WWE match, DeVille has returned to TV in an authority role, and whilst her time in the ring isn't over, unfortunately, her time dealing with this case isn't over either. And we're ending today with news from AEW, and after a year stuck in one location, the All Elite promotion is heading back on the road. As confirmed by AEW themselves, the company will resume touring in July, with Miami, Austin, and Dallas being the first locations they'll visit. Their first show on the tour will be in Miami, Florida on July 7th, with Austin hosting AEW on the 14th, before Dallas on the 21st. Although other companies have teased and hinted to a return to the road, AEW is the first major promotion to actually make it official, and tickets will go on sale this Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.